said, I don't have frost.
I'm detecting a hostile unit carrying the resources we need. Can I count on you to do your part?
For the Lotus.
Welcome to the stream. Just leveling up her weapon or two.
Hey.
Hello, hello. Hello, Brody. Welcome back.
Unless you can handle more
Good
of
to
the
see you
enemy.
back.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
How you like my mag skin? Yeah, mag is my favorite Warframe, so I had to get a skin for my favorite Warframe.
Let's just say I'm jealous now.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool, so we'll get to that point where you can buy skins for your favorite Warframes. Once you figure out what your favorite Warframe is. Yeah. It shouldn't take me too long to level this weapon up, so.
It's too hard to tell what my favorite frame is.
Yeah, and that might be different than what you play in. Because play and your favorite are two different things. Because if you go to your profile, it tells you what you've used the most. The Warframe I use the most is a Nova. Which makes sense because Nova's really good. So let me show you right quick. If you go to your profile, if it doesn't break the game.
We fought with honor.
You'll see like Nova is my most used Warframe. With the Archiplasma and the Comax. Yeah, you can tell I don't use amps too much. I still have a basic amp. So check your profile, see what your most used Warframe is. You'd be surprised what it is. And see how it compares to your favorite Warframe.
Rainier chatter indicates a unit with supplies crucial to our effort is near your location. You know what to do.
Mine is both fine, then I didn't even know I used both at much.
Let me see. Oh, so it says you use both the most? Yeah, I guess you use both a lot then. Yeah, it's based on your usage over all the time you play the game. Not like if you like a particular
available.
Warframe.
Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Yeah, I just use Mag because, Nova, because she makes a lot of stuff easy in this game. She pretty much makes every content in this game easy to use. I mean, to do. With her slowing down the whole map, so. Mag just makes bosses really easy. People just keep leaving it. Yeah, this is what takes forever to level stuff up, is just people keep leaving.
I'm a little disappointed in the Prisma Twin Gremlins.
Oh, they're good. But they're good in a, like... You just have to watch builds on... I mean, they'll get you through the star chart. If you're talking like star chart stuff, pretty much everything is good to be used. If you're talking like 2 hour survival, that's a whole nother beast. But they're like the bolt wars, where you can nail stuff against the wall. or ragdoll people. Or if you're using like a desecrate necro, you can tear up pieces. Like you go up to something. I gotta find somebody that's actually not dead for 2 days, but like yeah, you can pretty much tear through stuff. Because it's like the bolt sword. So it's all dependent, like, do you like the bolt sword?
Rainier chatter indicates a unit with supplies crucial to our effort is near your location. You know what to do.
Yeah, I like the regular gremlin, so. Plus it's good for a mag like that. If you're seeing how the bolts work, they act as projectiles inside the bubble. So it's all based on like what you're using them for. Like, are you comparing them to the Stiletto Primes? Like, yeah, then you're like, you might not like them. The Stilettos are really good. But I like the Comax too, which a lot of people don't like. Yeah, the thing about the Gremlins is that they're slow firing, heavy hitting weapons. They're not like the Stilettos that fire really fast.
I use Stilettos sometimes. I usually use Piranha Prime.
Yeah, Piranha Prime is a shotgun, so it's, yeah. I can understand that side. Yeah, Piranha Prime's really good. So as a euphonic one. But I don't really compare shotgun weapons to pistol style weapons. Because the thing about shotgun weapons is their range isn't that far. Whereas a pistol, you can do like that and actually have fall off. Because that's the thing with secondary weapons, there are fall off in your weapons. And you lose damage if you fall off. So that's the whole case of like, where is the target at? So like, if your target's way over there, you probably don't want that. But if the target's right there, shotguns are good things. So this is based on how far you use secondary weapons. Reload is pretty good though compared to the regular originals.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy. Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
The reload is really quick, whereas the regular gremlins aren't as quick. Yeah, but the question is, like, what type of content are you using the gremlin? Because if you're using the gremlin in, like, level 200s,
Let's go.
I can see why you wouldn't like it. But most single-shot weapons, you don't want to use in that type of content because you can get one hit. So that's why people use explosive weapons for crowd control. Because it becomes all about crowd control at that level. Precision-based weapons when you're going against level 200 enemies who can one-shot you at any time.
Shady level content, they're not good for...
Sortie levels isn't that really difficult. It's just based on what your build is. They're not weapons you can use by themselves. You have to buff them with your Warframes. Like some weapons, like the axe stilettos, you can just like use by itself and it's just good. Whereas other weapons, they need to be buffed by Warframe abilities. Just like right now, like if you're watching the way I'm playing, like I'm removing their armor and I'm using Vyro, and I'm cutting through them pretty quickly. So
just trash. That's why I think they're not good.
It's all about your elemental combos, so learning your builds and working on your builds. A lot of people don't work on their builds, they just throw stuff together and like, why am I not doing damage? It's like, well, you probably got like Vyro on a corrosive guy and it's not doing anything, or you got gas on corrosive. You got play to the strength of the enemies that you're fighting against, so. You gotta play to the strength of your Warframe too. Like you don't want to put like a sniper on a melee character, or you don't want to use like melee on a character that can't really benefit from melee. So if you have a weak weapon, or what you consider a weak weapon, you might want to use a Warframe like Mirage, or a Warframe like Rhino, or a Warframe like Nova, who can give you that damage buff until your build is right. But that's a good thing about Mag though, you can buff your damage on single targets. Wow, he wasn't dead. Okay. That was really weird.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to
And
leave
they're gonna leave
now
because of
or
that.
continue
That's
fighting?
crazy.
That's the last of them. Objective is
Let's
secure.
level them
Let's
up,
go
though.
home.
So I'll show you a build that I would put on these. That might give you an idea. But once again, it's all dependent upon the faction you're facing. So like, if you're facing a Grineer, you want armor stripping abilities like radiation and corrosive. if you're fighting somebody like Corvus, you want something to get rid of shields like magnetic, or you want to bypass their shields like gas. So it's just based on who you're going against. But let me show you what I would put on this build. You probably put something like this similar, because pretty much all builds are pretty much the same after a certain point. So basically what you want is Horner Strike, which is damage. Barrel Diffusion, which is, guess what? Damage. Then you want Lethal Torrent, which is, guess what? More damage. So then based on who are you fighting or the Warframe you're using, so like for me, in this case, I'm using Mag, which strips armor, so I'm using Viral in the setup, so.
Operator, did you hear that? It said... Cosmic background radiation is a riot!
So then you could do something like this. And you'll have viral and radiation as I go back in.
Excellent armaments, Operator. Please return covered in blood. Safe and sound.
Or you can do something like, since you go with viral, use something like this. So what that means, in case you don't realize or you don't know, is that means that slash is going to proc more than heat and impact. And in this case, since the IPS, which is impact, puncture, and slash, has a 4 times multiplier, it's gonna proc more than viral. So this way you can just slant your build.
Slash is best in my opinion.
Well, it's easiest to understand in this game. Like, they don't explain what puncture does too well. Let me see if I can let me see. Yeah, let me look and see if there's anything in the game that tells you what puncture does. Here. Let's see. Okay, that's the mod section. What would tell you what puncture does? Okay, it tells you what polarity is.
I know puncture is good against Furied armor.
Alright, let me see. Okay, so let me go to the Wikipedia page, because okay, here it goes.
You got like a 2-5 more damage against ferrite armor with puncture, I believe.
Let me see. Here it goes right here. But it's so deep in the codex that you have to like. Let's see. Okay, here's toxin, code, electricity,
Tenno,
heat.
a new alert has begun. It will be marked on navigation.
Okay, let me see. Each plus minus listed indicates 25% change. For example, damage bonus from electricity plus 75, so that's 75%. Okay, makes sense. But will they show it? Okay, those are the status effects. But see, that's the thing, like, they don't show you what puncture does. That's crazy. Alright, let me go to the Wikipedia page, because the game doesn't tell you. It was close to telling you, but it's like, we forgot about telling you this. Even though we should tell you. Let's see. Okay, it says puncture's damage status effect is weakened, causing the victim's attacks to deal 30% less damage over 6 seconds. Additional procs will only refresh the duration. Affected enemies will have a yellow aura. Enemies killed by a puncture proc may have a large body hole on where they were hit by the killing blow. So, that's what puncture does. Yes, it gives you more damage. I guess armor, Grenier armor. But it also means they actually do less damage to you. But the game doesn't tell you that. What people know is they see slash procs and they're like, oh, this does finisher damage. Oh, their health is getting halved. You're killing them faster. But they don't realize that puncture actually makes you survive longer. It does a bad job of telling you that. So like, yeah, puncture is good, but it's just not as good as slash, as you're saying.
So puncture could possibly be the best in some cases.
Yeah, it could be good. See, here's the problem though. Let's consider the 3 IPSs, impact, puncture, and slash. And if you were scaling them on a 1 to 10 scale, you would put slash as a 10, from 1 being bad to 10 being good. The problem with puncture and impact is they're like a 6 and 7 in comparison to slash. So if they were buffed up, they could be equally as good as slash. It's just most people don't pay attention to them. They're just like, whatever, I want negative puncture, and you're like, wait, what? And the reason people in those YouTube videos or the Rivens put negative puncture is so their slash can do more damage. So I'll give you this, I'll go back to this so you can see.
All mods accounted for, operator. I have not taken any.
So I take this mod off. Let me just type in slash again. Get this out the way. Okay, so you see I take this off. This raises the level of my slash, obviously. So if I put like, so what people would do is, like for certain weapons, they would say like negative to puncture, which is like 113 right here, and they'll say like 200% negative to puncture. But what it does in this game is when you remove all puncture, it makes that the game calculates it and make you have more slash as a side effect, because the game says like, hey, you have to have 4 or the 3 IPS stats, and since you don't have impact on your ribbon, excuse me, puncture on your ribbon, it's going to give you more slash. So that's what some people do, and that's what they say for the trade chat. They're like, I want negative puncture, because they want to up the values of slash because of how dominant slash is, as you see right here. So it's just how you want to play it. The other thing you can do, if you don't want to go viral or you don't want to make slash more powerful, you can add these mods on your weapons. They're called Bane mods. Or in the case of sidearms, they're called expel mods. So I'll show you the benefit of this in a second, once I level this one up. Okay, and there's prime versions of these mods too. Like, let me go to my actual mod section. And let me type this primed out. So as you'll see here, there's prime mods. I haven't leveled it up because I don't have enough endo for it. So what prime mods do is give you 55%, excuse me, prime Bane of Grenier. What it does is gives you 55% damage to Grenier. And what this expel mod, which is basically the same version of that for secondary weapons, it gives you 30% damage. So you're probably wondering, like, what's the big deal about 30% damage? You notice how this says this has 289%, 289 viral? Add 30% to that.
Five, but it stacks 5x times, so it technically deals more damage.
Right. Yeah, so you're getting it. Yeah, so basically, when you're fighting Grenier, it triples the damage that everything your weapon does to Grenier. Not just the base damage like Hornet Strike, which is damage, but it's the heat damage, the slash damage, the puncture damage, the impact damage. You're actually doing 3 times more damage of each of these type, not just the overall number here. I've
researched a lot of mods.
Yeah, you're ahead of the most people. So that's why in some cases you can put on the Bane mods, or in this case the Expel mods, and you get a bonus damage to your faction that you're facing. But the only thing is you have to switch factions. But a lot of people don't realize that, so they're actually good to use. So if you need damage, like if you go against Veneer every day, you can put these Expel or Bane mods on your weapons and get that damage buff. But most people just don't realize that. They just think they're useless weapon mods, but they're like, nope, they actually have a purpose. So let me see. I gotta get another. Let me level this other weapon up that I got for doing the relay thing for this week. So let's look at this weapon. Oh, it's got a catalyst, okay. So this weapon, if you're looking at the stats, it's like the Cerberus, or Cerberus, however you want to say it. Which is probably like a burst weapon. But it seems to be high in stats, so excuse me, stat us. So you got to have a lot of work for this one. Probably 4 or 5 former for this one, because it doesn't come with any V's or something. But the good thing about this one, and I shouldn't say good, but well, I'll say good then, since that's how most people believe. The good thing about this one is it's high in slash, which basically does finisher damage, and it goes past armor and stuff. So this could be a good weapon. We'll see. It's a duplex weapon, which is kind of weird for a secondary. Let's see. Yeah, so hopefully that made sense and it wasn't too confusing to you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put a lot of form on this one. Yeah, we'll see how this one holds up. Yeah, but that's the thing, like, when you watch a video or watch my stream or watch anybody's stream, use it as like a guide on how to better yourself when you play the game. Don't use it as the gospel on like, oh, so and so said this is the only build you need. It's like, no, so and so said that build because that's how he likes to play the game. You may like to play the game differently than him. All these videos are for is to show you experiences with weapons and the characters.
It's a mix or Cerberus and Tigress in my opinion.
Prey on the weak.
That would be kind of something, yeah. It says it has a duplex firing thing. It looks pretty cool though. Got that whole Wild West thing to it. Will Smith would be proud. Yeah, but like, take what when you watch people, just learn something from their videos and apply it into your game. It would be like a basketball player who watched videos of Michael Jordan. Right? You're not trying to be Michael Jordan, but you're trying to pick up little tips in how to be a better basketball player, like Jordan was. But sometimes people get hung up on it and be like, well, iFlynn said this, so it has to be right, or so-and-so said this, Roseime said this. It's like, Roseime is just a person like you, near you. Your playstyle may be totally different than his. but just go for what works for you and just take bits and pieces. Just like when you want to be a good chef, you take bits and pieces to make a good pie or a cake or whatever you're trying to make. Yeah, that's why my channel isn't about being like...
I try and learn from other players and take their style and tweak it into my...
Yep, that's the best way to do. That's the best way to do it. Yeah, just learn from other people and adapt to your own style. People get hung up on being like other people instead of being the best version of themselves.
I will consider what I've learned from this skirmish.
Because all you can be in this life is the best version of yourself. Yeah, it's not bad though. Yo, so that's the duplex fire. You hold the trigger, it shoots it. That's pinpoint. It shoots one shot, then it release it. It shoots the second shot, like you're saying, the Tigris. That's pretty accurate. Yeah, it's a pretty unique weapon. Don't know if I've seen a secondary like this. I don't even know if we have a burst fire. Any other burst fire or secondaries like this. This is really unique. Well, I shouldn't say unique, because it's basically like the Cerberus or Tigris, like you're saying, the hybrid. But it's unique because it's in the secondary slot.
That rhino scared me a little, lol.
Yeah, he kind of came down like a rhino and just stomped. I'm like, okay. That was kind of unnecessary, but rhinos be rhinos.
Extraction is ready, unless you can handle more of the enemy. Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
I guess rhinos gonna stomp, I guess. It's weird to have a secondary, like a Cerberus. Yeah, the problem with burst weapons I have is like there's no place I would ever use a burst weapon. The burst delay in this game is too long for me and the way I play, so. You really have to get a ribbon to quicken that burst delay. Whereas in Destiny, all I use is burst rifles. Yeah, I know it's ironic. This game is just way faster than Destiny, so. Well, it's actually not faster. It's just that you cover more ground in this game than Destiny. And you say, like, what's the difference? Covering ground and being faster is two different things. Being able to jump up like this, as you're noticing, this isn't really fast to me. But what it does is, like, I'm covering a lot of ground by doing this. Well, like, yes, you could say that's fast, but to me, fast is where, like, you can't control the camera, and everything seems like it's warping past, and you can't see your peripheral. And it's actually, quote-unquote, too fast for you to keep up. I don't think Warframe is at that point where it's too fast for you to keep up. Just like some people have said to me, like, I need speed miles on my Rhino because I feel too slow running with them. I'm like, well, he is running. So. But I never felt like it was too slow because you seem to get there. It just takes longer. Like this movement right here.
Let's go.
You see me jumping around?
Can't
I don't
build a
feel that
relay
much
on
different
spit and hope alone.
when I use Rhino.
A nearby hostile has the supplies we need. Liberate them for us, will you?
It might just be the way my brain
Destiny
works.
is a good game, but they were just lazy on Destiny 2.
I don't know if it was laziness or more like greed. They were more about focused on getting your money out of your pocket than actually making a good game. Yeah, that's the problem with Destiny 2 is that they thought people would be like okay with half the game and they didn't realize that's dumb.
Turning into a LOL.
Well, they're published by Activision, so there's that. Wait, what? Okay, that was weird. That was a weird rubber band. But yeah, they're published by Activision, so you can't expect that. All Activision care about is money, so. Yeah, this is the other reason why I don't use sniper in this game. People are like, to make this prime is great, but I'm like, yeah, but this is a horde shooter, so why would I snipe anything in this game? And probably what I mean, horde shooter, is you have hordes of enemies trying to kill you. You have, or waves if you want to look at it like that way. So like, sniping in this game never made sense to me. When you have so many enemies trying to kill you. I mean, I'm not saying snipers are bad in this game.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose
It's
to
just
leave
like-
now or continue fighting?
If your sniper doesn't one-shot everything or get collaterals, why are you sniping this game? And that's how I feel like all snipers should just be
Keep fighting.
collaterals.
Another opportunity to
Like you
keep
need to just
fighting.
take out like 8
Another
people in a row.
opportunity to extract will appear
Not
soon.
enough space to snip for me.
Yeah, and that's my whole thing with sniper. But I know people who love to snipe, so it's like I'm not gonna fault you. You can play Warframe how you
Our
want.
position has
It
been
just doesn't seem like a
compromised.
game that was meant for
Defend the
sniping.
cargo until reinforcements arrive.
Yeah, that's why I feel like they made the plane so people could snipe. But I'm like, yeah, the plane is very plain because there's nothing there. At least Fortuna looks like it could be better. I mean, it can't be much worse, so. The planes are pretty mediocre. Yeah, I won't say it's bad. I just because we have a tendency on the internet to say everything's terrible or everything's garbage when everything isn't terrible. We over-exaggerate way too much. I'll just say the planes are mediocre. It could have been better, and also it could have been worse. So that's why I say it's mediocre.
Can't build a relay on spit and hope alone. A nearby hostile has the supplies we need. Liberate them for us, will you?
Yeah, fight for real. The people are starting to die now. Yeah, excuse me while I play for real for a second. Funny how the Greniers just whistle for no reason whatsoever. Why do they whistle? Reasons, I guess.
finished the event finally.
Congrats. Now you can get the weapon to use. Yeah, it's good that they have reasons for people to actually do that. Instead of just, hey, I really did it right. They actually realize that, yeah, it's a shooter. People still want weapons to use. And you got a ribbon too, so there's that too. You may actually get a ribbon for it. You didn't ask for one. Yeah, that's why I love Mag. Like, you just like, hey, you've been a problem. Let me just put you in a timeline, just put you in this level. Let you deal with yourself. Goodness gracious. Did she lose her head? That's some Queen of Hearts type of stuff right there, man. Goodness gracious. Off with her head indeed. Goodness.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Continue to defend. Be rewarded for your bravery.
Okay. I guess there goes Sarah. Equinox, I should suggest getting Equinox. They are really good. And notice I didn't say he or she because they're both. So that's an actual thing in this game.
Detecting a hostile unit carrying the resources we need. Can I count on you to do your part?
Yeah, if you're wondering, the reason I'm here is because I'm collecting resources for the next time this event comes up, so I can have a head start. What did Benjamin Franklin, no, Abraham Lincoln say? Preparation is the mother of invention or something like that. So like, yeah. Basically, I guess what he was saying is good to be prepared. Yep. So a lot of people who are like, mag is terrible. I'm like, you might want to rethink that. Mag is really good. Yeah, that's the thing, like when John said in his video, the thing about mag players is you don't talk about mag. You just let people be dumb and be like, yeah, mag's terrible. Like, we're like, okay, whatever. Like, yeah, mag is garbage.
Mag
Like,
is a
okay,
beast,
sure.
they just don't know how to play her in my opinion.
Yeah. Mag is really good. Especially for augments now. You got those Mesa augments, so that's pretty good. Yeah, she's not a tank. So like, if you're used to playing Rhino or in your case, not Frost, but Volt, and you can put up your barrier and give yourself cover. There is none of that with Mag. You just have to use your bubbles as cover. It's a different play style for people. A lot of people don't like playing like this, where you're rolling around, needing the damage reduction. People just rather be on the ground like this, hard scoper. I can see why people don't like Mag as much. And by the way, I'm not reloading every time. That's just how this weapon works, in case you don't know. Like, it just does that of itself. Yeah, it's kind of like the Piranha, like you were mentioning earlier, how you like the Piranha. Except it's actually a long-range weapon. Long fur range than the Piranha, I should say. Which makes sense. Since it's like the Dextivorous or Siberous Piranha.
I'm going to head to bed. Good night. I'll see you next.
Yeah, thank you for stopping through, Brody. I appreciate it.
Handle more
Enjoy
of the
your
enemy.
evening. Have a good one. Thank you for stopping by. And just as he leaves, I level up my Zywalk. So that's good timing. Let's see what I can do with this. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of forming for this thing. A lot of stuff. See, I need formula for lethal torrent, barrel diffusion, and hornet strike. Then I have to decide if I want to spec in the slash even more. But I could probably say the same thing about the Cerberus as well. Or Cerberus, however you want to say it. Let me see if I have some form of...
Everything in orders, operator? Is that a pun? I will attempt to bypass this fault.
Yeah, I'll form up. Let's see if some Kuba Floods is up before I call it. Let's see.
Operator, you have foundry items ready.
Claim them now.
At your earliest convenience. Operator, you have remembered well how the Tenno arm themselves.
So the augment's cool, but... I had to watch some videos on how people are using the augment for Gara. Wait, is that new? And no, I don't mean the skin, I mean smoke coming out of his mouth. Because I don't remember him doing that before. And I'm saying him because of the head, the lion head.
Tenno, a new alert has begun. It will be marked on navigation.
Yes. Yeah, if it's not a flood up, I'll just do my ribbon challenge, I should say. Let's see. Nope. I'll work on that in a bit. Let's see. Comac. Damage, multi-shot of heat. Come back to that. Yeah, definitely need to work on that one. Come on, give me something I need. Negative slash. No, sir. No, sir.
Is your mod collection in order? No, I am not equipped to feel envy.
It's like, hey, let's take a weight slash. It's like, no. How about we don't? Where's my strun anyway? There it goes. It's been a while since I used my strun. Rafe. Rage and tempo. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm always trying to get Kuba because you always need Kuba. It's like, is the sun gonna come up tomorrow? You probably need Kuba. Is it gonna snow tomorrow in Michigan? You probably need Kuba. Is somebody gonna do something dumb in the news? You probably need Kuba. Alright. Let's see how this goes. If we get some teammates that know what they're doing. I.e. not dying. And don't let the damage of this weapon fool you. I have 2 damage buffs in the form of arcane, so
Your target is the reactor. The reactor will have tight security. Watch out for enemy patrols. Okay, looking for the mainframe. It's critical that you deliver the payload to that location. What is that thing?
Look at this. A dreamer sleep stumbling onto my Kuva siphon.
The resonance frequency
yeah, I
has
do
changed.
like the stern ray.
You're onto something, Tenno.
That's like nothing go out in the front. The granddaddy of all rock players, they what they say.
No! Protect the siphon!
I need to change this color to white. Black is probably not a good idea because I'm noticing my rainbow. Hashtag Beyonce styles. That was a sniper.
Hurry. Use your operative form to strike those Kuba
Sniper,
clouds.
no sniping.
You're not guards. You're compost heaps with legs. Useless.
Yeah, I do like the Grand Prime though. It'll be amazing once they fix the bug. And we can see what I know about the bug.
My siphon.
So,
My
in
Kuba.
case you don't know
You're
about the
messing
bug,
up all my plans. I don't like
it can't
Not
go
one
over
thing.
a 2x multiplier.
Good work,
Glitch
Tenno.
somehow.
We need to do everything we can to stop the Queens from getting more Kuba. Watch yourself. The alarms have attracted a Bursa.
Oh no.
That's the reactor. Expose its core and destroy it. That's it. Now get out of here.
But yeah, it's good. So if you were wondering, like, should I get the Grand Prime? The question comes down to you. It's like, do you like the Galatine Prime? Did you like the Galatine Prime? If the answer to that question is yes, I like the Galatine Prime, then you would like it. You will like this as well. Sit down, Mr. Bursa. Have a nice day. Thanks for playing. Yeah, that's why I like this gun, Wraith. It's that middle ground between the automatic weapon and the Tigris. So, like, if you were like, man, I don't like the Tigris because it's 2 shots, maybe you should try the Stun Wraith. Because the Stun Wraith is pretty good. But also the Stun is good too, but it's mastery fodder now. Yeah, that's the thing that people get hung up on. They're like, you call my weapon mastery fodder. Like, that doesn't mean it's bad. It means it's been replaced by better weapons over the course of time. So, like, yeah, you can do well with it. But it's mastery fodder. Just like the comb. Like, the comb is supposed to be mastery fodder. It just fell through the cracks. And it's really good. Like, it's one of those starter weapons that has a unique mechanic because it was designed good. And it just became a good weapon that stayed through the course of time. Whereas like the MK Bratton, while not a bad weapon, has replacements.
Operator,
So just keep that in mind when you look at weapons. Like, just because somebody says it's bad doesn't mean necessarily it is bad. So you just might have a replacement that's better. Alright, let me do my ripping right quick. White ribbon challenge. Oh, I should put on a different weapon so I don't mess my builds up.
Excellent armaments, operator. Please return covered in blood. Safe and sound.
Oh, my ribbon's not on there. Wait, what? Did I get rid of my hate ribbon? No, that's my cost assist. Yeah, I got rid of my hate ribbon a long time ago. Reasons, that's why. Yeah, like I would really like an Orthos Prime ribbon. Oh, a War ribbon, that would be great. Obviously my Zenostar ribbon, which I'll never get, so. Because my RNG isn't that good, so. I'm not gonna sit here and fool y'all trying to act like I'm gonna get that ribbon, and when I know I'm not. Excuse me? Yeah, I always forget I gotta level this weapon up too. Let's see a chatty. Let's see. And take out this big hammer. I'll take out this other big hammer. Because why not? I'll get the Archititron. It's not like I'm actually use it, so. Yeah, I forgot, like, maybe still fire works. I should try that sometimes. it sucks that they nerfed Emperor so much. It's like, if you wonder why I didn't put form into Ember, because he's terrible now. That quote unquote buff was not good. Not good at all. Yeah, you'll know this when I go do this mission how much range I have, which is non-existent. Non-existent.
There is a platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Okay, you see the problem?
Can't build a relay on spit and hope alone. A nearby hostile has the supplies we need. Liberate them for us, will you?
Yeah, the problem is I have to be in like nosebleed section. And the higher levels with Ember, like you get her killed.
Is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
Let's see, they want you to play like this. They don't want War on Fire the whole time. fire actually good at high levels. But they thought she needed to be nerfed, so they nerfed her into the ground. Yeah, she doesn't have a free stacker or nothing. It's just fire damage. Really? Yeah, I get the irony of that too. Thank you. Like heat sword.
Everything in orders, operator? Is that a pun? I will attempt to bypass this fault.
This guy probably doesn't even know how to mark it up. On that note, I guess I'll call it a night. Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your evening.